What it is, everybody? Thanks for tuning back into another episode here on the Speedbug channel. My garage is a little miscombobulated and dismantled and shit like that, and as you can see, we're kind of working here on the Corvette and stuff like that. And from the last video you guys saw where the Corvette was at the racetrack, we broke some things, and we're going to get into it over there. You already know we broke the axle. So if you guys follow me on Instagram, you'll know, and you'll be able to find all of the news and everything up there first. Now, why is the Corvette in here? Because we're waiting for the axles to come in. I did order some DSS axles, so they will be in. And at the same token in time, because this Joker has gone 200 miles an hour quite a bit, so we went ahead and also upgraded the old brake system here on the C7. And I didn't film me putting on the pads and the rotors and stuff like that. The rotors are just a little bit bigger, nothing too much. And then, of course, obviously upgraded to different material and ceramic pads. Also cut down on all of my brake dust. So we did all three corners so far. Now I'm just finishing up on this side. I don't have the axles at the time here yet of filming this video, but I will take you on in here to an inside view, and you can see where the one axle is still actually inside the transmission. And you can see exactly where it is sheared off. Now look at that. And see all that axle and jizz juice and everything that's all underneath my car that I got to clean out now? It kind of blows, but it is what it is. And of course, here is the broken axle. And it's sheared off right at where it is tapered down. You can see the stock axle. So something that's making over 1,000 wheel horsepower and hell, 1,000 foot-pounds of torque. I'm not too shabby and not too mad that the stock axles made it this far after how many 200-mile-per-hour runs, after how many donuts, how many burnouts, how many street races, how many launches, or anything like that. I really can't complain, and I knew it was going to happen sooner than later. That's why I really wasn't all that mad. Only mad just because I had to spend the money, and there's no time that I feel like spending extra money on this car, given the fact of how much that I really actually already have in this thing. And let me tell you, I have more into this thing, for the ones that are wondering, than I actually paid for the car. So when it's all said and done, it's a money pit. This car is not going anywhere. I wouldn't get even probably 25% of my value out, including the price of the car, that if I decided to sell it. So Snow White is here to stay. Even when the C8 comes, the C7 will still be here because it's pointless. There's no reason for me to sell this car. And plus, I love this car. But anyway, I figured I'd give you guys a quick update on the axle breakage with the juices and everything else. I'm still working actually underneath. You can see my hands, and I actually forgot to film all of this. But you can see I'm actually still working on it. And we're going to get this thing back up and running. So hopefully the axles and stuff, they're probably not going to be here this weekend. They'll show up sometime next week. And we'll get them thrown in the car, and then we'll be back out playing and having fun and ripping on this thing. So that I know just off the top of my head, given on how much power that this car makes, the next weakest link is going to be in the casing and in the transmission itself. Probably not so much where I may slip the trans just a little bit, but my tune is pretty good right now. But the next thing that's probably going to break is either going to be the torque tube or the case and the transmission case, all of it kind of together. Given my car has full solid mounts, transmission, differential, and everything bolted to it. So sooner than later, the case is going to give way, and that's what I don't want to do, because then it's going to leak and piss fluid and shit everywhere, and I don't want it to really do that. So as far as increasing the power and stuff like that, yeah, I increased the horsepower. I got probably about 200 or 300 more that I could probably turn it up. And but we'll increase those as it's kind of going through the gears. Definitely not on the launch, because I don't want this thing to break anymore. But it's going to happen again. That's part of racing. That's life. It is what it is. And me having this converter in this car for damn sure really doesn't help it when it comes down to launch time, because it's going to multiply the torque like crazy, as opposed to what I was used to and used to launching the car with on the stock converter. So But other than that, she's all Gucci, she's all good. I'm going to get these other brakes. So you can see the old brakes are actually still in the car. I'm in the process of throwing the new rotor, which is right there sitting under my stool. And we got the new pads sitting over on my toolbox. And we're going to throw this one in. And I'm not even going to film it to bore you guys with that. It's pretty straightforward. For the ones that don't know how to do Brembo brakes, you punch out the pins, the pads fall out, you push the pads in so that the pistons inside of the calipers go in so you can get your new ones in on both the caliper from the spindle. Make sure you take your rotor off. You have your jam nut here that locks your rotor head on. Take it off, throw the new one on, call it a day. And don't forget your brake hardware so that your pads aren't sitting there clinking and clacking around. But that's going to wrap it up here for today's video. I hope you guys like what you saw. Make sure you stay tuned. I do have the Denali video coming soon. As you guys did see it is already tinted online. But the reveal for the Denali video is coming soon. I just haven't had time to edit it. So stay tuned for that. And we'll see all of y'all here for some more episodes here on the Speed Bug channel. Deuces.